Although the Declaration of Independence was adopted on the 4th of July, 1776, the original document bore only 3 printed signatures: John Hancock, the Ulster-born secretary, Charles Thomson, and the Ulster-born printer, John Dunlap. On the 2nd of August, the handwritten declaration was presented for signing. As the new nation takes shape, Charles Thomson and 2 fellow Ulster-born signers gather in Philadelphia's Pennsylvania State House, reflecting on the momentous decision before them.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honour. Mr. Thornton, Mr. Smith, I salute you and all our colleagues. May God grant us grace. Our declaration is complete, signed and sealed.
Fine words you approve, sir, with my name as the last signatory, as it currently stands. Others may yet add theirs later. Our act of treason is made real.
Treason, Matthew? Why, yes, that fits. But treason most just, my friends. We were denied, were we not? What was it? Rights as Englishmen? No taxation without representation? The actions of the King and his Parliament, they made this happen. We did not want this. You will recall it was the Governor's regiment that fired upon our men at Lexington on that dreadful day of the 19th of April last year. Their actions forced us to establish our own Continental Army.
True words, James. The Stamp Act, the Townshend Act. What were we to do? Add to these the intolerable acts of the Boston Tea Party, an action you know only too well, James. The idea of throwing the tea into the harbour was one of our own, Thomas Young, whose parents were Presbyterians from Ireland. They would tax the very air that we would breathe. Instead of a rethink and understanding of the 13 colonies, the English Parliament introduced the most punitive measures, meaning
insurrection was inevitable. We petitioned the King to intervene and to help us, but the power, the true power, lies with Parliament. In many ways, this King's no more than a figurehead. Still, to wage war against our homeland gives me no end of grief.
Yes, Charles, but we must get over our grief.
One does not get over grief, Matthew. One must work through grief, and work through it we shall. Our families came here seeking a freedom in this new world. But the spectre of oppression followed across the Atlantic. There they demeaned us simply due to our Presbyterian heritage. They took away our liberties and they suspended our local laws. True, here we can practice our faith without fear.
There is that. But those that hold the reins of power in London still seek to keep the British colonists of America downtrodden, and that we cannot and will not accept. Our cause is just.
That it is. Washington drove General Howe from Boston, and that showed one and all that we have the capability not just to hold our own, but to win. But Howe has returned, this time to New York, and General Washington moves once more against him.
Do you remember Henry Knox, another son of Ulster, stealing 60 cannons that winter? All for the cause. That is the type of men we need.
So much conflict, all because of the feebleness of the King, unwilling and unable to act against his own Tory government. Did you really believe we wanted this? Peace was what we wanted. Liberty, self-governance of a sort. If reclaiming our ancient liberty means independence, then so be it.
We are so many thousands of miles away from London that allowing us that autonomy, still under the banner of King George, would have kept order, would have prevented rebellion.
He is a tyrant, my friend. A prince whose character is thus marked in every act that may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Those words from the Declaration before us, his policies, his taxes, his tyranny, that is the root cause of all of this. Our document also states that all men are created equal. The King does not subscribe to this view. What we and our fellows have done is create hope, and not for the United States of America, but for the entire world. Gentlemen, a toast to liberty and justice for all. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Ultimately, the Declaration of Independence severed ties with Great Britain and affirmed the rights of individuals to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For many of the sons of Ulster, it marked the beginning of a new American identity.